What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition. This is a tier list, but NBA edition. NBA starts today.
The NBA is back. Let's go.
Tuesday. Dontea, you ready to tier these dudes up?
Listen, bro, I'm back. I'm full-blown NBA season ready, bro. Wait, I got to change that verbiage. I don't like the way I said that. Pause.
Full-blown.
I am cocked, loaded, and ready to go on NBA. Don't like that one either. Pause. I'm ready to go on NBA season, buddy. The Browns suck. It's NBA time. I'm out of the NFL. But I did win fantasy yesterday by 2 points, so I did like that.
Hey, there you go. I know, not NBA fantasy, but fantasy.
Should we do an NBA fantasy league?
We should not. That takes way too much time. It takes, and I do not try at all.
Nope, you got to.
No one tries.
Let us know in the comments below if we should do an NBA fantasy league, and we will put you guys in it with us, and we will all do our own individual teams.
And for this, the tier list, it's going to have 6 different categories. Front runners, contenders, playoff caliber teams, play-in caliber teams, mid teams, and bad teams. So we'll start. Number 1.
Can I clarify something real quick? Interrupt you. I'm so sorry.
You can hit me.
So like front runner is essentially
the
who
favorites.
We think are going like between these 3, 4, 2 teams. This is who I think will win the championship. And then contenders are like, they really have a shot.
They have they have a chance.
Gotcha. I just wanted to make sure I had that correct because I had a couple teams and front runners and I'm like, do I believe that?
Yeah, you like the Celtics most likely are going to be the front runners.
Yes. Okay.
I'm
here with you.
We'll start first. A new team. Well, not new team, but newly acquired team for one Paul George, the Philadelphia 76ers. And now I know Paul George, you got a little tweaky in his knee.
He always hurt.
He'll be back, but I mean, we talked about it a little bit. Looks like it's going to be a really good move for the 76ers. You pick up, you have Kyle Lowry. Kelly Oubre is going to probably be in your starting lineup.
Drafted Jared McCain. I think that was a really good move, good shooter.
I think he'll definitely have some valuable minutes.
The most underrated pick here is, I'm going to mess it up. Yabusele.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
The one that, the dude that dunked on LeBron and he instantly got a contract after he dunked on LeBron.
Yep.
That's crazy. He's going to suck, though.
So I know for the 76ers, they have a 99.6% chance to make the playoffs, and the projected wins is 51.5. So now here's the difference. Do you put them in front runner or contender? I think you put them in contender, in my opinion.
I have them in contender because I think as long as they have Joel Embiid, he's one of those players who can will them to the playoffs.
Yeah.
So their minimum playoff caliber because of him. Paul George will help them get into that contender phase because last year with just Tyrese Maxey, he went off without Joel Embiid when he was hurt.
Balled out.
So I do like the 76ers as contenders, and hopefully with Paul George, it can actually let Joel Embiid chill a little bit, so maybe he will be a little bit more fresh for the playoffs so they can make a push to that front runner status.
Yeah, and a little underrated signing is Andre Drummond being their backup center.
Yeah.
And shout out to Jordan.
So,
made it.
Listen.
Hello, Jordan.
Even though I'm sure there was some sarcasm there, I do agree with you, though.
No,
they do need a viable backup. I think Andre Drummond can come in and give them valuable minutes, even though this isn't Andre Drummond of the Detroit Pistons.
So you good? I'm good with contender. You good with contender?
Yeah, they are contenders.
Next, we'll move on. I'll let you have the ropes on this one. We got the Washington Wizards as Jonas Valanciunas, Jordan Poole, and Kyle Kuzma are their big 3, and they, of course, drafted Alex Sarr. So where do you think the Wizards should be?
So I'm going to be honest, bro. I watch Alex Sarr play like Bronny in Summer League, and y'all swear Bronny is absolute garbage. And this dude's a 7-footer. So if you're 7 foot and you can go scoreless, didn't he miss every single attempt in one Summer League game?
He did. He didn't make a shot in one of the summer leagues.
That's extremely impressive when you're a 7-footer. Like, you're telling me you couldn't get a tip in, a jump hook, an alley-oop, a drop step, nothing? So with that being said, that was your top 2 pick. I'm going to put them in the just bad section of this tier list.
I completely agree
just
with you. Bad. I don't think they're going to be anything special at all.
Projected wins is 22. Over or under that for them?
See, that's rough. Damn, I'll hit the over. I think they might get 23.
I'm going to take the under. I'm going to give them like 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. Next team, the Atlanta Hawks. We got 34% chance to make the playoffs, and not their over under, but the projected wins is basically at 37 wins. And I'm not going to lie, they didn't make very many moves. They stayed the same for the most part.
But they were a lot better than what they played last year. You know, this is a harder team to kind of to look at because Trae Young was hurt the majority of the year, and they were just behind DeJounte Murray. And, I mean, they didn't play amazing together, but I want to see where you put them.
Wow. I would put now we might move them around a little bit when it comes to the end, but I'm putting the Hawks at mid right now. I think you can eventually put them in play-in caliber.
Okay.
Because they can probably sneak in there.
We're on the same page.
I think they're a mid team for right now.
So I do have them as a mid team, but depending on how Trae Young looks, like I know a lot of people don't love Trae Young, but he is a really good basketball player, and I think he can create shots for other people around him and get other people involved. I do like him as a play-in caliber player, especially in the Eastern Conference. So as a play-in caliber team. But for now, I'm with you. They are currently mid, especially with what's my dude's name that they drafted? Zachariah.
I know who you're talking. Yeah,
Zachariah Roche. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah. And if you guys can hear this in the background, I'm sorry. I'm going to try to do my damnedest to have some noise reduction in the background. Every time we come in here, they're doing some crazy construction or throwing shit out of a window. Usually how it goes. Jordan, you cool with the Atlanta Hawks being a mid team?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Next team.
Our beloved team right here.
Our beloved team.
Get a heart.
The Cleveland Cavaliers. 96.3% chance to make the playoffs, and their projected wins is 47.5, which I feel like is a little low for some reason. They stayed the same for the most part as well. They didn't really make any changes at all. For me,
didn't like their draft pick at all, but that's just me.
I mean, they were drafting decently late, weren't they?
Yeah, but they blew it. If I'm not mistaken, there was a better person a person that I thought was better. Like I thought, I wanted them to draft Terrence Shannon Jr. From Illinois, and they let that demon go to Minnesota. And you saw what he's been doing in summer league and preseason.
Yeah,
looking like a demon.
I got the Cavs playoff caliber for sure. But they have yet to show us that they're a contender because they're never able to put it together and win. Granted, Jared Allen was hurt last year in the playoffs. That was a big part of their roster. New head coach now. He wants to push the pace, basically. We were very stagnant on offense of getting everything set up and going. We weren't up and down the floor constantly, and that's what we want to do this year, I guess.
And it's a young team. You should go up and down.
I believe so. I mean, the only problem with that is you got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen, two bigs that are going to be forced to run a lot.
Yeah, and Evan Mobley, though, he's probably 22 years old. He should be able to, right? He better get his big ass down. Because if Anthony Davis can run the floor, because remember, he was supposed to be an Anthony Davis-like player for them.
Yep.
He better be able to get up and down the floor.
I got him at playoff caliber for now.
Yeah, they're not a contender yet. I think this team is going to actually make some moves at the deadline. I think you can possibly see Darius Garland or Jared Allen be traded at the deadline potentially. I know that's somewhat of a hot take, but just come back to this video and remember me saying this. But I still have them as a playoff team. They're still playoff caliber.
Jordan?
Yeah, I mean, they made the playoffs with the exact same roster they have, so... Yeah. I think you have to at least put them in playoff caliber.
Yeah.
Did they play the Magic the first round?
Yeah.
Yep.
They almost got bounced by the Magic the first round.
Magic were a pretty damn good team overall as a team.
They definitely were. I think the Cavs are better, but...
I agree, too. They should be better.
But they almost got bounced by the Magic.
They almost got bounced. We don't have to spend a lot of time in this next one. We got the Pistons as a 2.1% chance to make the playoffs and a projected wins of 29.3. They really only got.
Is there an ass category?
Yeah, we have a bad category, but that's pretty damn close to.
Can we add one that's ass, like underneath it?
We can add ass. We want to add ass, Dontea?
Just change bad to ass.
No, underneath it.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. Well, we got to move the Wizards out of bad to ass.
I'm cool with that if we want to do that.
Yeah, they are ass. They have some players,
We'll
but
make
they're
it
just
pink.
not. They're just not going to be able to put it together. I mean, Kay Cunningham's great. Jaden Ivey, he came alive last season. Jalen Duren is a double guy. But other than that, I mean, Tim Hardaway Jr. And Tobias Harris, they're just not going to move the needle for them. So. No. Yeah, I got them. So let's have a little bit of fun. Their projected wins are 29. Yeah. Are you taking the over or under?
I'm hitting under.
I'm hitting under. The under on that.
Yeah. So we're gonna put them in ass along with the Washington Wizards.
Should we parlay every team's season win total?
That would be insane.
Oh, it's so tough, man, because the Lakers
Just
are been at like 41 every year, and they're like right there.
Oh, we should do it for at least $1.
I'm in.
Jesus Christ, so much construction is going on outside. And then it quit instantly.
You hear a jackhammer and then just shit being dropped from the sky.
So hopefully it's not that loud for you guys. I'm going to, hopefully make it decent to where our voices don't sound crazy either. We got the Pacers next. 69% chance to make the playoffs. And they looked pretty good last year. They got Siakam late. And they were slowly turning it together. I mean, TJ McConnell just re-signed, brother.
Hey, he's a dog.
A contender.
No, he's a dog, bro. It's a stink bug.
Oh, I couldn't tell.
I like the Pacers. I like their roster. Young. Remember, they lost Benedict Mathurin last year, too.
Yep.
I think he tore his ACL, if I'm not mistaken.
I forget what injury it was, but yeah.
Key player for them, man. So I definitely like them as a playoff caliber team.
Yep.
Not quite contender yet. Not quite.
Yeah, I wouldn't put them contender yet. I mean, they were the upset team of the playoffs last year. No one expected them to make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, but they did.
And Tyrese had a huge meltdown.
Stinker.
A huge meltdown. When your star player melts down like that, it's hard for me to look at you and say you're a contender.
Yeah. I'm cool with playoff caliber. Then
I'm with you.
Me
not
too.
Buccaneers.
Since I didn't get asked.
I was waiting for you to jump in. You just didn't. I mean, you were looking at your phone. My bad. We got the Bucks. 93.4% chance to make the playoffs, and the projected wins at 46. Jordan, I'll let you take this one.
I don't even know all the categories, brother. I showed up late.
Front runners, contenders, playoff caliber, play-in caliber, mid, bad, and ass.
And what team are we talking about?
The Bucks, Milwaukee.
The Bucks.
I mean, them last night.
I feel like you have to say at least contender.
Hell no.
The Bucks ain't a contender?
Hell no.
You don't think?
Hell no.
Why not?
Listen, bro. You know what? Let me not say hell no. Let me say absolutely not. Okay, Gary Trent Jr., good signing for them. Good shooter. He can fill it up. Dude can put up 20 points in his sleep. Chris Middleton, he's starting to go in reverse a little bit. Brook Lopez is still solid. Giannis, Damian Lillard, but they didn't play well together at all. I don't think Damian Lillard and Giannis do anything for each other. And they didn't really play a ton together last year either because of injuries. So they're going to spend this season probably doing the same thing, trying to gel together. I just don't really see them being a contender and actually being able to compete with the top teams in the East. Like, I don't think they're better than the Sixers. I don't think they're better than the Knicks. And they're damn sure ain't better than Boston. So they're definitely playoff caliber contender. I got to see a little bit more. Maybe I'm being hard on them, but
maybe a little rough. But I mean, on a team, if you have a Giannis or if you have especially paired with a Dame, there's always the chance of you being that contender. I would put him at the bottom of the contender list or the top of the playoff caliber list, just because of the players that they do have on their roster.
Is there a basement in the contender list?
I mean, we can make a basement.
Because I want them all the way in the basement.
We can put them towards the end as we
just put them with the Cavs, playoff caliber.
Playoff caliber?
Do you guys think they're better than the Cavs?
just based off of star power, I'd put them slightly above the Cavs.
So put them like first in playoff contender.
We'll put them first in playoffs. Then we got the Raptors.
Yeah.
Raptors, 14% chance basically to make the playoffs. Projected wins at basically 34. They did get Emmanuel quickly. They got the GOAT and Grady. Say it, Dontea.
Grady Dick.
Yep. And
Why you make me say that?
I don't know. And then they got RJ Barrett, Scotty Barnes, and Jakob Poeltl. I don't know.
They actually
how you say
have
his name.
decent players, though.
Decent
they really
players.
do.
You're also in the stacked East at the moment.
I'm going to be honest with you, bro. I'm looking at it. I could possibly change it. I have them in bad.
Not an ass. They're like right above ass.
They're not ass, and they're like in between. They're in the attic of bad, but the basement of mid. Like they're like right there.
Yeah, I mean, I would probably put him.
Go mid.
I'd put him bad. If we're going mid, I'd definitely put him behind the Hawks
because they're the best team in mid. I mean, in bad. Like if I put them in bad with the teams that I have listed here, they're the best team in bad.
Okay, Jordan.
Put them in bad. There's nobody there yet.
Okay. Put them in bad for right now, the Toronto Raptors. Shout out, Drake. We got the Mavericks. Really no introduction to the Mavs besides they got one Klay Thompson that can't hit or can't make a bucket.
0 for 10, was it?
It was pretty bad. And I know on the ESPN rankings, they have Klay Thompson at 71 in the top 100. They're high. I don't think he's a top 100 player at the moment, to be honest. I mean, he might be, but I think he's farther down than 71. I've seen players ranked lower than him, and I'm going to take those players over Klay Thompson.
So, believe it or not, there's a signing that I actually really like for them, Quentin Grimes.
Yep.
Dude's a good knockdown shooter. When you play with Luka and Kyrie having good shooters around, they signed Spencer Dinwiddie back. I don't know if he's going to do anything at all for them, but the biggest thing they got was depth. Because now you're able to sit Kyrie and Luka at the same time, and you can still have production. PJ Walker really came alive last year. Found out who he was as a player.
Washington.
What did I say, Walker?
Yeah.
PJ.
Right.
Bro, I did that all last year, remember?
Yeah.
PJ Washington, shout out to my Kentucky alumni, really came alive last season, found out who he was as a player, and he definitely was a big piece for them. Derrick Lively has to figure out how to play basketball a little bit better. And I think they will definitely for sure be a contender. But I do have them as contenders. But I think Derrick Lively is one of those players that if he can take the next step and actually be able to just catch the ball down low and do a jump hook and make it, that can really change the whole complexity of that team.
Jordy?
Yeah, I think you have to go contenders. They're a top, I don't know, say top 10 team in the NBA.
Without a doubt. Yeah, we'll put them contenders. Are you putting them above or below the 76ers right off the top of your head?
Above.
Dontea? Above? Okay.
Above.
Put them above them. Next, got the Denver Nuggets. They didn't make it to the finals last year, as a lot of people thought they were.
Shocker.
Not a lot of introduction here. They kept the same core. The biggest signing that they probably had was the Russell Westbrook coming over.
Not looking bad for them either.
And they lost KCP.
And they did lose KCP,
Hey,
yeah.
That's not a sleeper move either. KCP was actually really productive for them last year. He had a lot of big shots. Like, I feel like every time I heard somebody hit a big three versus the Lakers, it was KCP, his bum ass running back down court.
Yeah, so now it's Christian Braun trying to take over and fill that spot that
Really
KCP
good, though.
was in.
Really good, though. Christian Braun can play. Different player, but he can play.
Now, the only problem, I mean, we knew how the Nuggets play. They play with Jokic going down low in the block, Aaron Gordon in that dunker spot, and then everyone else kind of spaced around. That's usually how they play. Now you kind of look at the roster a little bit. You know, Aaron Gordon's going to be in that dunker spot, Jokic down low. Michael Porter, Jamal Murray, and Christian Braun are going to be in the outside making those shots, which could happen. Now I think Christian Braun is a downgrade compared to KCP, but still think they can replicate what they did last year.
It's a downgrade as far as shooting, but it's an up. I think Christian Braun
go ahead.
is going up. I think KCP is going down. Christian Braun's a really good defender.
Yep.
He can get to the hoop. Dude can show that like he's not scared of playing in big games either. So I really like Christian Braun. I will give it to you though. I think it is somewhat of a downgrade, just depending on how they need
Their play
him
style.
to play. Exactly.
Yes.
Sit in the corner, but who knows? Might have been in the lab hitting threes this summer.
I'm cool with putting them. We're gonna definitely need one from the West.
They're definitely
Would they be the front runner or the contender?
They're a front runner.
I'd put them in front runner.
So I put 3 in front runner.
That's you can put 2 in each. They don't matter. To me.
I have 3 as front runners, but 2 are from the East.
That's okay.
I mean, 2 are from the West, not from the East.
I was gonna say, I think I know the 2 you put. I think you can put 2 in from each, to be honest.
There was a team from the East that I was considering, but I got to see. They made too big of a change. We'll get to it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
We'll put the Nuggets there in the front runner for now. We'll move on to the Grizzlies.
Let me introduce this one.
All right, go ahead.
All right, because I had a prediction on Twitter last year with a guy that I was arguing with. He told me to my face through my screen that you like that one?
Yeah, that was good.
My dude said that the Grizzlies are better than the Lakers, and I looked my guy in the eyes through my screen and said, the Grizzlies won't make the playoffs this year, big dog. Wait on it. They didn't, and I remember going right back at him the moment they didn't make the playoffs, and he never responded. But now I'm on the opposite bandwagon this year because they got my guy. I remember looking over to my left at Matt Wilson, who is never here anymore, and I remember saying to him, Zach Edey will be a good basketball player in the NBA. And he was like, no, he's not. He's too slow. He can't move. Look at Big Drip Edey in the preseason balling. I like them this year.
And he was sliding in girls' DMs in college. He was getting in them cheeks.
Dog. They are definitely playoff caliber team this year. I don't think they're going to be contenders just yet. But I do like this roster. I like what they did. As long as they can get healthy, Marcus Smart was a good move for them. Luke Kennard, maybe he'll hit some shots. For now, they're definitely playoff caliber, but I can see them becoming contenders this year.
I like it. Any argument with that?
No, this does say, like, I'm reading their analysis for like their preseason and going into the season for each team. It says that Morant, Edey, and Marcus Smart were a combined 1 for 12 from 3-point range. Mm-hmm. And Jaren Jackson has never really established himself out there either. So they have a big question mark at who's going to be like their shooter.
Mm-hmm. None of those
well, we
dudes
all know
are
it's John Morant.
Jesus. None of those dudes are 3-point shooters. Marcus Smart will shoot them, but he's not a good 3-point shooter. I'm going to be honest. Out of all those names you said, I know Jaren Jackson hasn't established himself as a shooter.
He's not a bad shooter.
He's the best 3-point shooter out of all those dudes. I mean, obviously, maybe besides John Morant. I don't know what the percentages are. But I watched Jaren Jackson. I think
Desmond
he had
Bane.
out of the guys that he had named that went to combine. Desmond Bane is definitely the best 3-point shooter on the team.
Yeah.
But I like Jaren Jackson shooting. If he's on my team, I'm going to tell him, keep shooting.
Keep shooting, Josh.
Especially with Edey down low now. You got Zach Edey down low.
Yeah, it says Edey had 22 post-up possessions, which were the most in the preseason per whoever's tracking this is. And he shot 7 for 14 on those post-ups.
Mm-hmm. Drip Edey about to ball out this year. Just wait on it.
They are ranked number 17 in the NBA.
I mean, John Morant got hurt last year. They got some injuries. They got new players. It's a question mark. I think 17 is not unfair.
So we good with keeping them in playoff caliber then?
Definitely.
Cool. Move on. Timberwolves. They picked up or drafted Rob Dillingham, one of Dontea's guys.
Is this one of the teams we were talking about?
These are front runners.
Yep.
Front runners.
I agree.
Ant-Man has showed he is a star. Bona fide superstar. Taking Kawhi out, plugging Ant-Man into the superstar range right there. And with the addition of Rob Dillingham, don't sleep on Terrence Shannon Jr. and Naz Reid coming off the bench again. This team is front runners.
I mean, you got Julius Randle and Donte DiVincenzo.
I don't even want to talk about Julius Randle, but I do like the addition of Donte DiVincenzo. White Donte can get buckets.
They have Luka Garza?
He don't play.
He played in preseason because Naz Reid missed the game against Chicago.
There's this crazy thing when he did come in and play. You know how you do like the per 36 minutes? Mm-hmm. It's like the advanced stat if he played the 36 minutes. It was like he would have averaged 30 and 20 or something.
Luka Garza is
he goes in and just gets a bucket and a couple rebounds real quick.
Luke Garza is literally Zach Edey.
Smaller.
Just smaller.
Yeah.
He can't shoot. He's just banging in the post. He's like
Iowa guy.
Put it like this. He was Kevin Love with the Timberwolves if he could not shoot a jump shot at all. Like all he does is just get 30 rebounds and 30 points on the inside.
So we're good with them at front runners then, right?
Definitely front runners. Hey, maybe for another video too, we should do a superstar or all-star and like just get like 10 players you think they're a superstar or an all-star.
I'm cool with that. We'll move to a next team that I feel like they're over-under at 31. It's projected wins. I really don't know if it's their over-under. But the Spurs, Victor Wembanyama and Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul might lead the league in assists this year. Call me crazy. All you got to do is throw a couple of lobs up to that tall motherfucker and he's going to get some assists. I don't expect a lot from him this year, but I'll let Jordan take the reins for this one.
I mean, right off the rip, I think they're probably mid.
Yeah.
There's
Definitely.
not a lot to that team. You have Wemby and Chris Paul.
That's it.
Obviously, I'm not a big.
I know.
I won't say it. I won't say it. But I don't know anybody else on their team.
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, I'm even looking at their names. I'm like, how the hell do you even say that?
Sohan? Is that who you're looking at?
Sohan, Jeremy Sohan, he sucks.
Yeah.
I can't stand him. The
Him and
dude
his
shoots, he shoots free throws one-handed.
Yeah, he's crazy.
But I would probably put them in mid. I don't think that they're going to do anything this season. I don't think we're going to hear much about them.
And yeah, I'm fine with putting him in mid. I'll put him in mid right now. And this is one of the things that I was talking about. Chris Paul's at 99 here for what I looked up. I'm taking Chris Paul over Klay Thompson this year, in my opinion.
Dude.
Hey.
I think the most underrated move for them, I can't put them above mid just yet. If they were in the East, maybe I would put play-in caliber. But being in the Western Conference, I mean, you're battling teams like Golden State, the Lakers, like who are going to probably play worse than what they should. But when it comes down to it, they're not going to beat those teams. Stephon Castle is a really underrated draft pick for them.
Yep.
Dude's a really good facilitator. He's going to learn from Chris Paul. And having Jeremy Sohan was the point guard last year.
Yep.
The dude is not a point guard.
No.
He cannot shoot.
He's a 3.
He's literally a small forward that for some reason they decided to take Trey Jones out of the lineup and put him at point guard.
Dumb.
Hell, I'd put Keldon Johnson at point guard over him. But having Castle and Chris Paul now to facilitate that offense, Wemby will get the ball more now because he has two dudes that know how to get their best player the ball. Because look at what he did with UConn and look at what Chris Paul has done his whole career. So,
Chris Paul's been in the NBA longer than most of our viewers have been alive.
That is true. He's almost been in the NBA longer than you guys have been alive. He's not far.
Since I was 4.
Yep, he's not far. So we're going to go mid for them. Not
Yeah.
bad, but they're mid.
I'm cool with mid. We'll kind of rush through the rest of these, or this is going to be an hour-long video.
Yep.
The Utah Jazz, to be honest,
Interesting team here.
interesting team. They're like a great value Cavaliers. And I don't know if you guys have any disputes with me. I'm going to put them in mid for right now because they did get John Collins as well, which I think elevates their team.
I'm going to be honest, bro. I'll put them in play-in caliber.
Play-in caliber.
Yeah, the Jazz.
In the West, yeah, I could see it. In the West.
Jazz is tough every year. Like, they were literally a game away from the play-in if that wasn't last year. The play-in.
With
how
the
long
Warriors or something?
No, they were with the Lakers. They had played the Lakers like 2 games in like 3 days.
Yes.
And like, the Lakers is the Lakers, bro. They play bad versus good teams, but play really good versus bad teams most of the time. This roster's not bad, bro. They got a lot of youth, but they have good players too. So I think they could be a play-in caliber, but I'm okay if you throw them in mid for now.
Do you want to know where they have them power ranked at?
Probably 24th.
26.
Yep.
Jordan, you decide mid or playoff caliber or play-in caliber.
We'll go mid.
Okay. Then another team, the Clippers. Now, asterisk, Kawhi Leonard most likely won't play for a couple of months because Kawhi is a little weird when it comes to injuries.
See their new logo?
I did see their not a bad logo. Not a bad logo. Do you like it?
I like it.
Nah. Jordan's not a huge fan of the Clippers logo.
It's just, I don't know.
For the Clippers, just looking at it, I think I would. It's either playoff or play in, and I want to put them in a play in. To be honest,
I put them as mid.
Well, they're also in the West. I think they can be better than the Jazz.
I was about to say, listen, I like the Jazz roster better than their roster.
Do you?
Bro, their starting lineup outside of Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, Norman Powell, Terrence Mann, probably going to end up starting Derrick Jones Jr. and then Zubac. Then coming off the bench, Bones, Kevin Porter Jr., who won't stay on the floor. He'll be in trouble.
Amir Coffey's nice.
No, he's not.
Why the fuck Batum in?
Nicholas Batum. They got Kai Jones. My dude went crazy off perks on live.
They got Cam Christie.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be honest,
Chris
bro.
Dunn.
I think this roster's hot garbage.
All right, you put him mid?
They just have a better star than the Jazz.
They do.
That's it.
I don't know.
What,
I think I
Harden or
might take
Markkinen?
Markkinen over Harden, to be honest.
That's crazy.
I think I'm taking Markkinen over Harden. Is Harden eating a lot still, or?
Probably.
All right.
I'm gonna be honest. Especially, I have to grade them without Kawhi Leonard right now. They're mid to me, bro.
I mean, Kawhi's going to be back.
We don't know that.
All right,
Kawhi was supposed to come back
gonna-
nonstop over his career and didn't.
We think that Kawhi's going to be back.
Remember when he got his ankle injury versus Spurs? He literally almost never played for them again.
Yeah. Well, that's because Zaza's an asshole. So
I don't know.
I did
man.
not know that they got. Did they rename crypto?
No, they got
to
their own
Intuit?
arena.
Oh, they got their own. I didn't know.
No,
that.
they bought it to. They bought the Forum.
Oh,
Yeah, they bought the Forum like 3 years ago.
I didn't know that.
I know ball.
It's called the Intuit Dome.
Yeah, I know ball network.
So we cool where we want to. I want to put him in play in. Jordan, where do you want to put him? He wants to put him in mid.
Put them in mid too. Fuck it. We'll stack up the
All right.
mids.
I'm putting him in the top of the mid. Then we have no one in play in so far. Just so you guys know.
It's okay. I got names for that.
We got the Suns next.
Play in.
We know
There's your play-in team.
you putting them in play in.
Hell yeah, they were playing
Okay.
last year.
All right, fuck them. We'll put them in play in. We won't have to cover them too much.
Yeah, they were playing last year.
They stayed around the
They
same.
are power ranked 6th.
Sixth.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of star power. But we'll see. Next, Blazers. They got one guy in the top 100. The GOAT. Or two guys. Anthony Simons and Jeremy Grant.
Oh god.
I got him in bad, to be honest. They got Scoot Henderson too, but where would you have them?
I have them as bad.
Okay.
I do
Yeah.
like Donovan Clingan. I think he's going to be good, but that team's it's one of those times where they got so many issues to address. He's not helping them.
According to the rankings, there's only 2 teams in the NBA worse than them. So
Yeah, so we'll leave them in bad. We'll move on to the Kings. A lot of moving pieces, not a lot of moving pieces, but one big moving piece with DeMar DeRozan coming over.
They got swept last year. Oh, they were the 6th seed though.
Yeah, they got swept. Prior to that, they were one of the top seeds in the West, and they played against the Warriors, correct? The year prior to that?
Yeah.
So they did fall off a little bit.
I guess we could put them in playoff contender. I mean, playoff caliber. Going back
Playoff
to the
caliber
Suns.
or play in. It doesn't matter to me when it comes to that. They did
they
get
got
DeMar.
mid-range Jesus.
Kevin Durant did come alive for Team USA. Put him in playoff caliber.
Playoff caliber.
Playoff caliber.
Above the Suns. Okay. Next, we'll go to the Knicks. I'll let you take the reins of this one, Dontea, because your dude, Cat, we know he's your favorite NBA player of all time. Talk about him.
First off, he is a Kentucky alumni, but Cat is incredibly soft and it bothers me a lot. I do like their roster. OG Anunoby got hurt and they still made a run. Julius Randle got hurt and they also still made a run. Now, eventually, Anunoby came back, but now you put Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns is going to do the one thing that Julius Randle doesn't know how to do, and that's get the hell out of the way. Because he kind of played in that no man's land spot. He doesn't love to shoot threes, but he likes to kind of attack. And he plays just like Jalen Brunson. He's just a 4.
Yeah.
Cat likes to shoot threes.
We
Sit
like
him
that.
in the corner, put him at the top of the key, he'll shoot threes. Josh Hart. Phew. I don't know what the hell got in him last year, but he was playing his ass off.
Yep.
And then Mikal Bridges. I don't know if you guys have seen the videos of him. He's starting to look like Markelle Fultz. You remember when Markelle Fultz forgot how to shoot?
Yeah, well, he came into the league like that.
Yeah, well, outside of before that, though, he was a great shooter in college.
Oh.
He got into that ATV accident, though. That's why he couldn't shoot anymore.
Shoulder.
Mikal Bridges is looking like he doesn't know how to shoot anymore. He has like a hitch in a shot. It's weird. So if he figures out how to shoot
They
again,
don't have Chipotle down there.
if he figures out how to shoot again, they are contenders. Yes, I know. I said the New York
Contenders?
Knicks are contenders.
I don't mind it. I'd put him in contenders, Jordy.
I think this is one of the teams you put in front runners.
Ooh. Listen, I don't mind. We can do 2 from the West and 2 from the East.
I'm not ready for them to be front runners, but if you guys vote on them and put them there, I'm okay with that.
Fuck it, we'll fuck around, put them in front runners for the fun thumbnail. Next, we got the Pelicans. Pelicans not a lot of changes. They really kept their same core for the most part.
They got DeJounte Murray.
They did get DeJounte Murray. So that should help their offense a little bit more.
And they got my boy from Kentucky, Antonio Reeves, one of the smoothest college basketball players to grace Kentucky's court.
Where do you have them, Dante?
I have them as play-in caliber.
I don't mind it. I'm cool with that. You cool with that, Jordan?
Yep.
And I'm going to go back and change the Suns to playoff caliber. Yeah, I know.
This dude.
I know.
Yeah, I wanted him in play.
I know. I looked at some information. I changed my opinion.
All right, we put him in play. We switched him. We got the Hornets now.
Yeah.
I think the Hornets are a play-in caliber team. I think they can get wins to be a play-in caliber team. I think they'll be right on that edge, to be honest. They'll be edging it.
I got them in mid.
Mid? Jordy? We only got one play-in caliber team at the moment.
I know. I feel like the gap between mid and play-in caliber is very small.
It is.
Yeah, it is. Don't worry. We got more play-in caliber teams coming. They just haven't gotten there yet.
In the East?
Yeah, I'll go mid.
Nah, West.
Well, we need a little more than just one for each.
Don't worry. We're going to... I
play-in caliber.
I got three teams for play-in caliber that we haven't gotten to yet.
Well, fuck them. We got the Rockets now. The Rockets are a decent team. They got a lot of young stars. I don't know about young stars, but a lot of young players over there. Where do you have them at?
I have them as mid, but I did put them in play-in caliber. I did.
Play-in caliber.
Over the Clippers.
See, when you do stuff like that, now it makes me think.
They're power ranked higher than the Clippers.
Listen, remember.
Yes.
Remember, Segun was an animal for them last year, and he got hurt. Then they got Reed Shepherd. Don't sleep on Reed. His first game, balled out in Summer League, bro.
Yeah, we also saw him against Oakland, so.
Bro, chill out. That was different. Jack Golke went crazy. I'd like them as play-in caliber, bro. I'm going to be honest.
All right, for Dante's sake, we'll put him in play.
Yeah, the Rockets are power ranked 18. There is a team in 19, and then Clippers are 20.
That's kind of crazy.
The team in 19, I don't think you guys are going to like either.
Uh-oh. Oh, don't worry. I got them. Don't worry where I got them. I know who you're talking about.
Next team, we got the Miami Heat. Same lineup as last year for the most part. Nikola Jovic is going to be the 4 over there, so that's really the only difference.
He started playing really good.
But they're going to be around the same team. I would probably put them around that play-in to playoff. I don't know where would you want them?
I got them as playoff caliber. It just depends if they stay healthy.
Okay.
Jimmy getting hurt killed them last year. And they remember when Terry Rozier got hurt, they played a playoff game with like half their team hurt.
Yep. Move on or anything from you, Jordy?
Nope, I agree with that.
The Nets, I don't think we have to spend a lot of time on. I think the Nets, they got Cam Thomas, bucket.
Ass.
They got Dennis Schroeder, the Germany god.
I put them as bad.
Yeah.
Well, we have ass now.
So. They're not ass, though. Ben Simmons has been looking good in preseason.
There's only one team power ranked worse than them.
Ben Simmons has been looking good.
Do you know who it is? The Wizards.
The Wizards.
Yeah.
Ass.
I'm fine with putting them. I'll put them ass. I think they're ass. One team that I didn't put in the Word document that I completely forgot and passed over. Maybe because they have a player over there that had some allegations. The Chicago Bulls, I forgot to put them in the thing, but we kind of know of their roster and everybody on it. I think the Bulls in the East could be a play-in caliber team. Could be. Because to be honest, the only play-in caliber teams we have from the East are the Hornets at the moment.
I mean, I guess that's fine. We can put them there.
Lonzo Ball is lifting them to the play-in.
He is back. Got healthy knees.
Well, and the dude that they drafted, I can't pronounce his name.
The non-American?
Yeah, he looked pretty good so far from what I've seen from him. So, yeah, I'm cool with that.
I think
non-American.
I think it is a little high, the play-in, but we'll see. The OKC Thunder, I don't think we...
front runners. Front runners.
Put them in front. Three from the West, front runners.
Front runners. I had them in contenders, and I forgot they got that demon Isaiah Hartenstein.
Okay.
I like how Twitter just be calling random dudes demons. I can't believe they let us get this demon. They got Alex Caruso too.
Yeah.
because
they
Josh Giddey couldn't do a damn thing in the playoffs.
No.
Caruso will be able to do more than that.
They have 1, 2, 3,
What's
4,
going on with
5,
Hartenstein?
6 players in the
Mhm.
top 100.
Which means what's going on with him?
It said he hasn't been playing.
I don't know.
I don't think any serious injury, to be honest, at the moment. But
Hartenstein sidelined. Let's see.
as Jordan looks at that, everyone listening, think about the Warriors. Where would you put the Golden State Warriors?
I got them as playing.
He's missing 5 to 6 weeks with a fracture in his hand.
Oh, that's nothing.
Oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
Um,
First month in NBA season don't matter.
Warriors,
They'll
you
win
said where?
I have them as play-in, even though their roster isn't good. Like, I borderline
Yeah,
wanted to
play-in.
put them as bad, but I think Steph has earned his spot to be able to will them to a play-in spot. Yeah,
You good on that one?
Yep.
even though I have them as mid right here.
Move on. Celtics, I don't think a lot of explanation. They just won the championship. I think they're the top
ass.
of the front run. They're the top of the front runners there.
Ass.
Yeah, and I remember someone arguing with me that one Bogdanovich was better than Derrick White. Homie, you're wrong. He's not. We'll move on. Lakers. Your beloved Lakers. You like to talk about them a lot. We'll let you handle this one. This is the second to last team we have.
They're playing caliber, man. I mean, that it's just where they're going to live. They're going to live
Bronny
in
might take them all the way.
No. They're going to live in the play-in. They didn't make any significant moves in the offseason. They didn't make any trades. They essentially stayed the same outside of getting rid of that turd of a coach. But I'm not one of those people who thinks J.J. Redick is going to be an amazing coach either. So I think they're going to be in the play-in again.
Yeah, I'm cool with playing. You cool with playing?
Yeah, and when I had said the Rockets are above another team at 19,
I knew it was the
it's
Lakers.
the Lakers.
Yeah.
That
It's
is crazy.
Rockets, Lakers.
They
Clippers.
probably, if you go down the roster, they probably have a better roster. The Lakers aren't good. Like, they're just not good.
It's because they always have LeBron. They're
Right,
expected to be good.
And if you have LeBron, you have a chance, even if he's 42 years old.
It's like having Tom Brady.
Facts.
Oh, weird, because they're the GOATs.
Last team, the Orlando Magic. They just
Front
made it
runners.
to the playoffs.
No, man.
Play in.
Playoff.
Play in.
No, man.
Ooh,
Playoff caliber.
we got.
Play in.
Where do we put the Cavs?
Play off.
Okay, then.
And
They're
the Cavs
just,
beat them.
yeah, barely. They're just as good as the Cavs.
Play in.
No, man.
we need more
Playoff.
teams in play in. We don't,
No,
got, we
we
don't got any
don't.
spots in
We
playoff
do. We
left.
do only have 6 spots from the East that are front runners and playoff caliber. Those are 6 spots. That 8 through 10, or the 7 through 10, they're all playing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they might be playing.
That's a playoff.
Let's piss them off playing.
It's crazy.
So
When they have a better record than the Cavs, I'm going to be looking at y'all like, you'll listen to me one year.
you guys didn't listen to me when I said Donovan Mitchell wasn't even going to give him 10 more wins, and he didn't.
Oh, my God.
You guys thought I was high. I might have been on that pack, but that pack was right. That was the right pack. We're not going to have enough time to reorganize. We've already been 40 minutes into this video, way longer than what we thought. So we appreciate you guys. Let us know who we got wrong. Is there more than 3 ass teams in the NBA? Maybe, maybe not.
Probably.
Leave your comments down below. What we got right, what we got wrong. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.